You think your thoughts are your own. But when did you choose them? Which beliefs were installed before you could speak? Which desires are yours? And which were designed? The modern spell doesn't wear robes. It wears a logo. And the ritual doesn't happen in secret. It happens in your feed. Once upon a time, magic was a secret art, performed in caves, whispered in Latin, sealed with wax, blood, and trembling hands. Today it's brighter, faster, cleaner, but it hasn't gone away. It just learned how to sell. A new kind of manipulation was born in the last century, not with threats, not with facts, but with images, with rhythm, with emotional bait, carefully crafted illusions that made you feel like you were choosing. When in truth, the choice was already made. A woman lights a cigarette and believes she's free. A child sees a cartoon tiger and wants sugar for breakfast. You hum a jingle from a product you've never bought, but still remember. A politician grins into the camera, and your gut says trust. That's not persuasion. That's spellcraft. Strip away the candles and robes, and all magic works the same. Intention becomes symbol. Symbol becomes emotion. Emotion is repeated, and the body obeys. Advertising, branding, influencer culture. These aren't modern inventions. They're ancient rituals, disguised as content. You chant the slogan. You wear the sigil. You perform the role. Not because you believe, but because it's already inside you. Most people call it marketing, but it's not persuasion. It's mass enchantment. You don't need incense when you have a glow screen. You don't need priests when you have pundits and influencers. The temple is always open, and you're always inside it. Every scroll is a sermon. Every headline a chant, every image a sermon carved in pixels. And still, we call it content. We've been trained to treat information as sacred. But repetition is not truth. A lie repeated 1,000 times doesn't become real, unless it becomes familiar. And familiarity becomes certainty. And certainty bypasses thought. You wake up and scroll. You consume rituals of fear, beauty, outrage, longing. And each time, a tiny part of you reshapes. The mind adapts. The nervous system rewires. There is no neutral media. Everything you absorb becomes part of the spell. The rhythm, the repetition, the emotional charge. It doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree. If you feel something, it's already in you. This is how the spell is cast. Not in words, but in reactions. You don't notice the enchantment, because you've been taught to call it reality. This isn't entertainment. It's possession. It doesn't ask what you want. It learns what holds your gaze, what makes you twitch, what alters your breath. Then it feeds it back, faster, louder, tighter, until the pattern becomes a loop. And the loop becomes identity. You see a meme. You repeat it. you become it. Not because it reflects who you are, but because it tells you who to be. Once, a spell required a circle of salt, a blade, and a name scratched in ash. Now it only requires your gaze. And your gaze is always open. A meme is a servitor, a symbol charged with intent, a fragment of someone else's will. It travels from screen to screen, from voice to voice. Not to inform, but to infect. Repeat something enough times, and it becomes truth. Act out a role long enough, and it becomes your mask. Not because it's real, but because it's been installed. And the system loves it when you don't notice. You're not just watching content. You're inside a system of mass enchantment. The algorithm is the high priest, and your attention is the offering. This isn't just a feed. It's a ritual space. And the ritual is working. All spells can be broken, but only if you know you're under one. The first act of magic is naming the force. The second is severing its chain. Then, write your own spell. You don't have to be passive. You don't have to be programmed. You don't have to serve someone else's spell. So, start here. Turn silence into resistance. Turn your scrolling thumb into a wand. Turn the feed into static. Speak words that don't sell anything. Move in ways that don't match their rhythm. You don't need robes to cast a ritual. You just need attention. Intention. Action. Write your own sigil. Scramble their slogans. Fast from the feed. Corrupt the enchantment. Create instead of consume. Reprogram your attention. Live like the signal belongs to you again. Your attention is not a resource. It is an altar. Stop letting someone else light the candles. You are not here to perform someone else's reality. You are here to create your own. If you've broken the trance, drop a sigil in the dark. Leave something behind that the algorithm won't understand. A symbol, a phrase, a trace. Just don't use your real name. If this video shifted something in your mind, you're ready for the next level. Download my free ritual guide in the description. No catch, just pure psychological alchemy you can use tonight. If you want to go deeper, hit the initiation playlist. It's your step-by-step journey into breaking unconscious patterns and mastering your own mind. Both links are waiting below. Your transformation starts now. Until next time.